They would call it rungu ya mzee and or rungu ya nyayo. That's what he was profoundly known and remembered for, as well as a lot of people talking about the maziwa ya nyayo, which a lot of people enjoyed during their tenure in school. But let's now just cross over live to now Seth Olale, who is at the Kabarnet Gardens here in Nairobi. Seth, what is the mood in that part of the county?
Well, we're here at Kabarnet Gardens, which used to be the official residence of the retired President Daniel Moi, the late. And it is here where he used to, get up each and every morning and go to State House. And according to residents here, he used to leave this particular place as early as 5 a.m. Some of them had an encounter with the presidential motorcade aide. Who are just neighboring, the Kabarnet Gardens here along Kabarnet Road. And according to residents here, they feel that they have lost their very own, because he used to be part of the community. He also used to officiate some of the projects around this particular place, because even one of the schools, Moi Girls Secondary School, is just like 1.5 kilometers from where I'm standing right now. And so this is a very significant place in as far as, just eulogy, in as far as remembering or just having some memories about the late president is concerned. And right now I'm just going to talk to one of the residents, or two of the residents who live here around Kabarnet Gardens. One of them is Ibrahim. Ibrahim, for a very long time, you used to see President Moi, leave his official residence and head to State House. But even more importantly, how do you feel like a community who used to just live around the late President Daniel Moi?
We have received this. We have received this. It is news in very deep sorrow about the death of our neighbor here. Yeah.
Na unasema kwamba kila mara ulikuwa unaweza kumuona akija hapa kwake na akiondoka. Hebu tueleze tu wakati huo aliweza saa zingine kusimama na kuweza kusalimia wakazi ama tu kujumuika na wakazi wa Kibra na hasa majirani hapa katika eneo la Kabarnet Gardens?
Wakati huo akitoka kule kwake, akipata mtu hapa, kama kulikuwa na mama mwenye anachoma mahindi hapa, atasimama, ataongea naye, na mwachie kile anamwachia.
Nini kama wakazi ama majirani wa mwenda zake Moi, mtamkumbuka vipi?
Tutamkumbuka kwa wakati ule akitoka akienda hizo moto gate zake, lazima tuweke magari kando ndio apite, vitu kama hizo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I bring in another resident who is now Vincent, just to remind you that we are at Kabarnet Gardens, where the late used to live. He used to reside here, and he used to leave this place very early in the morning and head towards State House and then come back later on. And this particular place where I'm standing right now, it was a no-go zone. You are not allowed to stand here maybe for about 2 or 3 minutes, because you will be apprehended or just confronted by curious security personnel. And just to brief you, before I came here, we went down actually at the very gate where the then official residence of the late President Moi, and there is heavy security over there. We have GSU manning the gate and manning the perimeter fence, and they told us that there is little activity there, and they told us that the family, as far as they know, has not even converged around that particular place. And so we just came over here to speak to residents who are taking this very sadly and saying that they have lost their very own. And just to inform you what used to happen here at Kabarnet Gardens, we had just one shoe shiner at this particular place, located just next to the kiosk behind me, and there used to be rumors that that was not just an ordinary cobbler, but he was also a security officer. And so this particular place was heavily guarded then when President Moi was in power. But right now it is a time for residents just to, remember fond memories of President Moi, the late. And Vincent, you're just one of the residents of Kibra, but also a neighbor to the late former president. Just tell us about how he inspired your life.
My name is Vincent Ayako, resident of Kibra constituency. So today is a very sad day because we've lost one of our own member, a community member, our former president, His Excellency Daniel Moi. Our president was a good neighbor because despite of being the president, he resides within Kibera slums. And for all those years, this is where he was. So that meant that he was a very humble person. And Moi, full of wisdom, he has inspired many. He was born in 1924. I learned in geography, in history and government about Moi in 1924, and he's died at 96 years old. So I can say Moi has impacted his generation. For God to give him all those years, then he had a purpose to fulfill. And that's why when we look at the legacy of our president, the late president now, Daniel Moi, he told us to live in harmony. We avoid issues to do with tribalism, because these are things that are going to break down our social fabric. And I believe now we are realizing that when he was talking about when creating multi-party democracy was going to bring tribalism. And indeed it brought tribalism. And right now we are going back to the drawing board, having BBI, to go back to the roots. Moi had foreseen this. That's why Jaramogi said, Moi ni kama twiga. Ile kitu Moi anaona kama ameketi, yeye anaona kama amesimama. So today we are very sad, and it's very unfortunate he has passed on. And as a young man growing up in the village, my grandfather was polygamous of 3 wives. And within one homestead, tulikuwa watoto kama 25. Tunaenda kwa shule moja pale Lela Primary School. So tulikuwa napewa maziwa. So shosho yangu alikuwa anafurahia sana tukienda nyumbani. Tulikuwa na maziwa 20.
Maziwa ya Nyayo.
Maziwa ya Nyayo ilikuwa inaitwa UHT. Inawekwa kwa maziwa, inapika. So my granddie used to really love me for that. So today we are very sad. We've lost our president.
Sad atmosphere here at the Kabarnet Gardens, and one of the legacies the retired and the late President Moi set up here in Kabarnet or around Kabarnet Gardens is the establishment of the Moi Girls Secondary School, which I told you is just about a kilometers from where I'm standing. And that particular school is just one of the iconic institutions here in Kibra and around Kabarnet Gardens. But as far as activity at his residential home, at his official residence here in Nairobi is concerned, at Kabarnet Gardens there is no much activity, according to the security officers who assured us that they haven't seen even a single family member over there. But we are staying here to keep watch of any activity, and of course we shall update our viewers even as this particular breaking news continue to spread around the nation and across the continent, Zainab.